Anyone can just rock on into the likes of Corb Tackle or any of the fishing shops and get themselves set up and just head off out to the river. There's no one going to stop them. However, when you go to the river, there's certain things that you need to look out for.
Err on the side of caution. If you're going into some place where you haven't been before and you're not sure of what you're doing or where you're going, always wear a life jacket. It's the safer option.
And it must have a crotch strap because it prevents the jacket from actually raising above your head. God forbid, should you enter the water.
One of the first things you would check before you're fishing is the weather, of course. Ideally, a day like this is perfect, a little bit overcast and not a bad day, not raining. Check your timetables, check what time the tide is in and out so you know what you're fishing and when be careful you're not undermined by the tide as such and get caught in a backflood area.
There's a river there that I fish at times in Kilcolgan, and the river, it can be very, very, very passive. And 2 hours later, there can be 8 foot of water that wasn't there. And that, as Kevin said, that can actually fill in behind you and all of a sudden you're swimming.
Local knowledge before you start fishing is very important because you become more aware of any hazards that are there.
Quite often when you get a bend on a river, the bank itself can be undercut. If you look down here, you can see where it has been undercut and it's actually given way. Now that can happen on any river, and that is very dangerous.
One thing about the river, especially here, is that the level can raise and lower very, very sharply. In the case here of this river, we have a gauge here showing, well, it's a 1 metre, 2 metre, and this river I noticed yesterday was at 3.3 of a metre. Now it's going to 0.7 of a metre. So that's over a foot in 24 hours. So it goes to show how conditions can change and how deep a river can get over a short period of time.
If that water was up over the bank, we wouldn't see that bank has given way there, and all of a sudden you're walking from being in maybe a foot of water to being in 5 or 6 foot of water.
If the river has risen after a spell of rain, you're better to maybe go to a more shallow area, a place that's easier to access and easier to fish. Getting out is probably as tough as getting into a river. It's easy to walk in, it's twice as hard to get out.
If possible, go with somebody else. You go fishing to enjoy yourself. If you have someone with you, not only is it safer, but you're also going to have a bit of fun. And again, that's what it's all about. As Kevin said, the easiest thing is just to put on the jacket. If you put on the life jacket, then you know at least, God forbid, if you do enter the water, the life jacket will keep you up.